Oh, hey, here we go. Oh, hey, let's go. Okay, that's not. Just ready to hit the button to start the video, and the unit next door, their security alarm went off. Hey, it's Wednesday. That means the quilting shed is live. And there's all kinds of fun that happens when it's live. Whee! Who knows how long that alarm's been going off? I had headphones on. That's what I do here. I get here early, put on my headphones. Maybe my singing was bad enough to set the alarm off. All right, if you're just tuning in, or you're watching this later, or this came by your stream and you're like, I have no idea what's going on. My name is Andrea. I am the owner of the Quilting Shed here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. I almost said Hanwell, but it is on Hanwell Road. Our fine, lovely retail establishment. And good morning, Carlinda. So, yeah, wearing my t-shirt today. This is my t-shirt. This is from Tea Turtle. Oops, I've got thread on it already. If you follow me personally on Facebook, the place where I bought this t-shirt from is having a sale. So the shirt is on sale and you should go buy it. And if they had affiliate links, I totally would have used that. So, hey, anyway, there's your free tip of the day. Yeah, I just have threads all over me and a runny nose. My mom is gonna, I swear, Mom, I blew my nose. Okay, what have we got? I do have a list. I do have like a pile of stuff in front of me. I'm just waiting for something else to blink. What did I post last night? Yeah, I finally got around to scheduling some posts, so I was scheduling out reminders to tune in tomorrow morning and watch me. And then that showed up, and I was like, "Oh right, I was going to talk about Fireside. Did that Fireside show up?" Yes. So Fireside showed up yesterday. I got it back in stock, so it actually shows on the website. I didn't get any new colors, but some colors that hadn't been in stock for a while are actually in. Two of the 80-inch wide colors were out, the natural and the very light gray. This is what the very light gray looks like because this was the end of the bolt. Kathy was busy voting on all her devices. Yes, thank you for the reminder. The local quilt shop contest. My little sign is elsewhere. And now my watch is blinking. Yeah, my heart rate is really high for some reason. Good morning, Heidi. Captions say she's whispering. The Fireside, if you are not familiar with Fireside, this is basically the Canadian version of Minky. And if you're a fan of Minky, you'll be a fan of Fireside. If you're not a fan of Minky, give Fireside a try because the things people don't like about Minky is that sometimes it's very stretchy and when you cut it, it gets fuzz everywhere. The fuzz is because the pile on Minky is very long. The fur on the back is lots. So the Fireside, it's shorter. It's a shorter pile, so not as much fuzz and not as much stretch. Long armors love Fireside. And I believe it is 24 meter, 22, 24, somewhere in that range. If I had an assistant, they'd be putting a link in the comments for you right now. But if you go to the Quilting Shed, whoops, there we go. If you go to the Quilting Shed, see, it's right there. That's my website. That is my website. If you go there, you find the search box right near the top and you type in Fireside. You get all the lovely colors. And my friend Emily in the comments, she said it's one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to see it. You gotta feel it. This has been husband tested and NAP approved, is what I normally say. It is fantastic for toddlers who need a lap blanket that they just need to drag around on the floor. It's incredibly washable. Thank you, Carlinda. My little assistant in the comments has put a link for you on the Facebook. If you're watching on the Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, sorry. Oh, well. So yeah, and the Fireside comes in a 60-inch wide. So if you're making a lap quilt, you're like, how big am I make it? Make it slightly under 60 inches and everybody else will love you. like your long armor, your quilt shop fabric cutter. The other width it comes in is 80 inches, not as many colors, still very handy. Love it, love it, love it. And there's my other BFF, Jeannie K. Nothing red to show Jeannie today. Oh no. Anyway, we got Fireside. And it was like 21 degrees below zero when I got up this morning. That was gross. It was minus 17 when I got into my car. And I was mildly upset because it was too early for the I feel terrible about complaining about this. I'm a little princess. It was too early and my scheduled preheat for my car hadn't turned on yet. Boo-hoo. Wah. Fireside is 24 a meter. Thank you, Danielle. Honestly, if I just had to rely on me, I'd be nowhere right now. Y'all are awesome. And I'm southern today. Sorry. But it's Fireside, it's warm, and I'm gone loopy with the cold. Speaking of warm fabrics, hey, you know how we have all this flannel plaid, the mammoth flannel? Mammoth flannel? Mammoth plaid flannel. It's flannel. It's called Mammoth because that's the brand name from Robert Kaufman, and they do have like large checks. Yes, it takes a village. As my mom said, it takes a village to raise the child, but we haven't figured out who the village idiot is yet. We just take turns. So I took some of this mammoth plaid home, and my husband promptly suggested many, many items that I could make for him. Duh. One of which is a lovely scarf. And I am working on a fringe here. Da, 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 da. Look at that fringe. So this is yarn dyed, as I keep telling you, which means the flannel's not printed. It's the actual yarns are dyed first, and then they weave it. I know, it looks so. Do you know how expensive this scarf would be if you went to like a finer men's store near you and bought a fancy cashmere scarf? I mean, it's not cashmere, it's cotton, but yeah, this is just really fun to get into while you're oh yeah, sitting in front of the TV. So yeah, what I did is this is double layered, so I just made like a tube, turned it right side out, sewed around the edges, but on the short ends, I sewed in about this far from the edges. About this far from the edges. Oh, this is the gray side. Okay. So yeah, I sewed about this far. So I wanted a long fringe. I might change my mind. So hubby will have a nice long fringed scarf if I can unwrap and get myself out of it. So the other thing I did over the weekend is I took a length and I threw it in the washer. It's like, I'm not making anything that I can't just throw in the washer with everything else and then throw in the dryer and forget about it. I don't have time for that. That's why I wear a lot of t-shirts and leggings. Chuck them in the washer. I don't wear anything that you have to press. It's just not happening. So I threw a yard. I threw 36 inches of this and I serged the edge. See, look, serger. This is what quilters could use a serger for. I do a lot of pre-washing. So I threw this in the washer and the dryer with everything else, load of towels and stuff. oh my God. If you're the kind of woman of a certain age who likes to wear fancy wraps and scarves because you have an air of mystery, once this is washed, I mean, like, oh, you just be sitting here doing this all day? It's so cold my video froze, said Angela. I know. I saw it freeze while I was talking. I was like, no, unflattering pose incoming. But yeah, I didn't fringe this. It is fringed on the selvage a little, so you could like leave that. Like, look at that. That's adorable. But yeah, you can make one of those nice wraps. Make a really big shawl. It's warm. It's comforting. And it washes up really nice and fuzzy, like, but not too fuzzy. So that's my tip. And we're definitely gonna make some pajama bottoms. The royal we in this case is me. That's gonna happen. So there's that. The other thing that we got in new New. This I did get these priced. I don't think I showed them last week, did I? Maybe I did. The wildlife panels, these ones. Did I show these? These are amazing. They're huge. Dun, 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 dun. These are absolutely huge panels. That's like only half of it. It's all these wildlife photography scenes in these blocks. You could do a ton. There's only 4 of these, but they're amazing. How much were those? These were 36, but they're huge. Yes. And we have these very nice ABC panels that are 22. Nice soft colors, and they have been somewhat tested by a toddler who's learning her letters. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. All your ABCs. ABCs. You can do a lot with these. And those are 22, and the pictures will be coming up on the website soon. But I can send you a special link if you really want to buy one right now. It just doesn't have a picture, so it won't show up in the website search results. Dun, dun, dun. There's that. What else did I get in new that we finally got in inventory and price so I can show you? There's always a catch. The Annie's double-sided basting tape. Dun. That's in. Don't know how much it is. I got here a little late because I had to wait for my car to heat up. Also from By Annie, couple extra patterns. Hang in there. Good advice for us all. This is the bedside sofa pocket organizers. Ooh, yeah. I might make one of these for the husband. Look, see, he doesn't even have to come up with the list. I'm going to come up with them anyway for him and his new recliner that he got. Divide and conquer personal sized carry-on. It's like a little tiny suitcase, but you know what this would be good for? Putting all your craft stuff in. You can make one for each hobby. Like you could put like yarn and knitting needles in this and crochet needles, or you could put like, ooh, it's got these nice pockets. Like you could put like a project in there that you're taking to retreat. Ooh, there are like 3 sizes. No, small and large. Okay, there's 2 sizes. Dun 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 dun. For the Libs Elliott fans, the Blow-M quilt. Wow, love her. Also, these are legit. It's funny, they're legit because legit kits. If you have not heard of them, they are a paper piecing pattern company. So a foundation paper piece quilt top project. This is 40 by 30. I will be getting more of these. This is Starry Night Van Gogh. We all say Van Gogh, but I guess it's pronounced Van Gogh if you want to be correct, I guess. These are about $100. I know, seems like a lot. You've got all the directions. You've got all the papers. You don't have to print them out. It's all printed for you. You don't have to print them off, tape them all together. Make sure you have the right paper. Fight with the paper. Wonder what happens to the tape. You can't iron over the tape, somebody said yesterday. Like use a different tape. But yeah, I get it. Extensive. Like these white ones are just the directions, and the brown ones here is the papers that's a process. And also, we have many more solid colors in stock. So if you do require a kit to go with this, we can whip one up for you. And by whip one up, I mean, please give us at least 24 hours notice to cut all that fabric because this one takes 104 colors. But it looks stunning and amazing. And you will probably only ever do one of these things once, but you can say you did it. I'll have more of those. Don't worry. I know. This is Sculliver Mini. I like how they call it a mini, and it's, 30 by 40. Oh, it says lots of large details with a few technical blocks. So it's only 106 colors with 798 pieces. So if you're my kind of crate, look at the stunning likeness. Stunning likeness. Hello from home to Snowy. Look at this. It's like looking in a mirror. I know. So you could go to the Legit Kits website right now and have a look and say, Andrea, could you order this one, this one, this one, and this one for me? Because that would be fantastic. And I'd be like, sure, no problem. Give me a month. Give me a couple weeks. I'm just being realistic. You know how it is. People at home are rolling their eyes at me. I am sure of it. I am sure of it. What else have I got? Oh, I wrote down something and I didn't dig it out. Whatever. I also have some mini FPP. I'm reading. I have some mini foundation piece and patterns, so they aren't that big. They're more like this big. They're from that little Alice in Glass mini series, which I will show you probably later. So we have been playing with the Creative Icon 2 in the shop. Got it set up again, have it running with some embroidery, dug out a sample that I've been working on. Remember, I have this fabric here, and this is the stripe. You know how sometimes you see a fabric collection, they'll have this nice big decorative stripe, and you're like, what do I do with it? Like, you can make a really pretty runner. And for this runner, I embroidered bees on it. Aren't they the cutest? So I've got this runner, and we've put bees on it. We're going to ignore the fact that I forgot to change the thread color here, and the wings are black. We'll just skip right over that. Nobody notices. It's a sample. It's a bee with a. He's just different, okay, and that's fine. This little bee, his head got stuck in this little dandelion. I'm learning, okay. This bee over here, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to draw attention to it. He's just the cutest, okay? He's fine. Nobody mentioned that big hole in his wing. Because overall, this runner is adorable. Yes, it is. See? I might put a few more things on this. I don't know. I might leave it as is. But in this case, I just made the top and then I put the embroidered designs on it. And then I'm going to decide. I will probably quilt this, but I did the embroidery and then I'll do the quilting. I'm experimenting. I have another piece where I've already quilted it and I left big borders and I wanted to embroider the design on it, like through the batting and everything. It's going about as well as you'd expect, which is not. And then at the end of the day, the last thing that me and the kid did, we did our names. Look at that. Ah, someday we'll have name tags. Yes, this is a good start. This is a good start. Dun, 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 dun. So Angela said the bees look like bats. I will show you another one. Yeah, this poor bee here. Yeah, see, look at him. I mean, he's fine. He's not a bat. He's wearing a little thong. It's okay. Yeah, and this little bee here. Don't know where his wings went. I was messing around. Like I said, I'm learning. It's cute though. It worked. Does a little song when it's all done. Oh, I felt so incompetent for most of yesterday. It's a great feeling. The other thing I was doing while I was doing that, I mentioned last week we got in a lot of these sulky stabilizers. I do have a package here with a bunch of, it's a sample package. I have more than one of these. I ripped one open for me so I can go through them and test them. And look, they've labeled them all and everything. See, they put little stickers on and labeled them. So if you want to try out a bunch of different stabilizers, this is a great way to do it. Very inexpensive that way. So far, pretty darn good. From the standpoint of somebody who doesn't really know what she's doing. Other than that, everything's dandy. So the other thing that I did, it was, somebody said, did you relax on family day? I relaxed about as best as I could. I had time to clean my house. That was great. I made sure I took one day where I didn't really work, which was weird. Not that some Sundays I don't work or do, there are some Sundays where I don't work, but if I don't work, there's this like underlying panic that I should be doing something, or there's things that are not getting done or not getting caught up on, or things that I should be doing. But I like crocheted a sock instead. Yeah, I did it. I did crochet something. Anyway, I played around with my yarn, moved a bookshelf. That's fun. What else did I do? Made a pie. I made a lemon meringue pie. I did post pictures of it on my own personal Facebook. Gave myself a hard time. I was just teasing myself, saying Gordon Ramsay would rip it right apart. No, he wouldn't. He only rips apart chefs who say they know what they're doing and then don't do it. We've been watching Kitchen Nightmares. If you're just a home cook or you're just somebody who's not trained, he's like, okay, that's a good effort. Um, so I'm just sort of poking fun at myself. It's a really good lemon meringue pie, but I watch way too many cooking shows because I'm looking at the technical mistakes, and nobody cares while we're shoving it in our mouths. There is still some left. Gordon would love my pie. Thank you. Oh, it's a damn good pie. And it has a gluten-free crust, and it has no gluten in it whatsoever. None of it. And no corn syrup, no sugar. My husband can't eat. We're man, and it was tasty. Like, you'd eat it and you'd be like, I didn't realize this was gluten free. It just tastes yummy. I know. I know. So that's that. Do I have any other shipments coming? Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to look up and not tell you about. I woke up early today too. I like actually woke up and I was like, gee, I'm wide awake and alert. You can ask Danielle over there in the comments. She was talking to me. We were talking to each other in Messenger on like, 7:15 this morning. And I was awake and not sending her sleepy time gifts. Like she'd be like, hi, good morning. And I'd be like, making zombie noises. Anyway, so yeah, I totally forgot. So if you are a FAF owner or interested in possibly owning a FAF, we are going to have some virtual events, 1-hour sessions over 3 weeks. They're going to be Wednesdays in March, the last 3 Wednesdays. We will have one of the FAF training experts, Trina. She's hilarious and she's awesome and she knows more about these machines than I will ever learn, possibly. And she will tell us all about the stuff these things can do, and it is mind blowing. Yeah, and it's 3 hours, 1 hour over 3 weeks. I'm not even sure that's going to be like that's just skimming the surface. But I still guarantee you are going to come away with learning a ton of stuff about the accessories and the feet and the stuff more than I can tell you right now, honestly. But I will do posts about it. I will stick it in the newsletter. I'm just giving you like the preamble before we get to it because literally just figured this out. And in Friday's newsletter, I think I took a poll and asked you which ones you might be interested in doing, and that's the one I picked for you all. So the other exciting thing that happened, I think it was Friday. Friday, boxes were delivered. I mean, yesterday boxes were delivered too, but these were different boxes. So the Cutie Breeze finally showed up, and one of the things I did on the weekend, the part where I worked, not the part where I didn't work, was come to the shop on my day off, and I set up the Cutie Breeze. And guess what? It was indeed a breeze. So the Cutie Breeze is the next iteration of the Cutie tabletop frame. And I should do a separate video because I'm looking at it across the room and it's way the heck over there. But there's the manual. Da, 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 da. You put your regular sewing machine on here and then you treat it like a mini long arm. That's the short version. They've got a lot of improvements over the last frame. I was in and out of here within like an hour. Seriously. And that's like farting around, cleaning up a bit, taking stuff out of the box, finding the manuals, reading the manuals. there's the screws. They've got all the screws and hardware you need, each in little individual sections with every step. These are the screws you need for step 4. Like, they got some thought into this. They have like a welcome package now. There's a lot more in, like, look at all these resources. They've not only improved the frame, they've improved what we in the business like to call the onboarding experience. It's a little thank you. They'll share your work, telling you where to go to find out more information, the getting started, all their educational sites that they have now. They've even included a manual on, you know, brief on free motion quilting, because that's what you'll be doing. Like, see, step by step, walking through. Here's how to base your quilt, even, and here's how to load it on the frame. So what they've included here, they even include this cute little kit. This is the Cutie Breeze training panel kit, and it has, look at this, has this little panel and 3 spools of their finesse thread. I know, which is a polyester thread. So they have this panel in here, and in their little manual that they give you, their other manual, they walk you through how to baste it, how to load it, and even how to quilt on it. And they're showing you how to do like the different zones and stuff. Yeah, it's like having me next to you, walking you through how to do it, but not me, just me in a book. It's kind of like that. So that's awesome. And the retail price on that is $1,400, which honestly, I know some of you spend that much at your local quilter in a year. I know. So if you did want to try something like that, I will have a machine on it soon. Let's be realistic, probably not today. But you can come and like, it's set up. I put it over in what we had been calling the companion corner when you first come in, the little area with the chairs. Had to move those. I know I said I wasn't going to move anything else, but come on. Had to. Just tiny, minor, little tiny move. There's still chairs. They're just over there. It's just, you can sit right there. The chairs are actually next to the pattern table, so you can browse a basket of patterns while sitting down very comfortably in a chair. Honestly, do I want to treat you guys nice or what? Sometimes, yes. Good morning, Susan. Hello, Susan. Hello, Angela. Hello, Diane. Hello, Danielle. Oh, saying hi to everybody. Geez. We. Carlinda wants to know if every time I say the word we, do I have a mouse in my pocket? Tell your coworker, Carlinda, I'll never let him know. I could have a mouse in my pocket. Or I could be saying like the royal we. Or I could mean we, a community. I could mean we, me, and my family or staff. Could be any of those things. I could just like keep you guessing. Seriously. Ah, there we go. I'm just scrolling through the comments, just making sure. Dun, dun, dun. Snowy's the mouse in my pocket. Probably. You'll fit. Uh, anyway. So I think that's it for today. I know what I forgot to mention. So if you like the idea of this little thing, but you already have something like a cutie, I have a bigger version of this kit. I think it runs like $250, but it's a bigger box. I will tell you more about that later. But I also have a free motion quilting class coming up, and I think most of the days are full. So why am I telling you? Because I'll run it again. This week's class, this Thursday night, is more of an open class. Don't have anybody signed up yet, but if you did take a class from me and you need some further help, you are welcome to come on Thursday night. $10. Same on Saturday. We aren't doing a class at 2 p.m. on Saturday because I got a vamoose out the door. But Saturday during the day, if you want to hang out in the shop, get some advice from me. There's a busy section in Saturday around about lunchtime, but after that, it's pretty dead for a while. You could do that. Otherwise, I'm hoping for a quiet week. Yeah, hoping for a quiet week. That being said, I'm gonna wrap it up and let you go, and we'll see what's on my list next. Maybe I'll blast some music. Who knows? Maybe the fire alarm will go off. God only knows what's going on these days. Anyway, I'm gonna catch you later, and you guys stay warm. Okay, bye. I'm gonna hit the button now. There.